Elimination Chamber. Yo, diggity dogs, it's me, AJ Beast. Welcome to my first video on this channel, and welcome to the Elimination Chamber predictions of 2026. I probably could have said that better, but I don't care. Also, before we get started, do not, I repeat, do not mention anything about my background. I know my room's a mess. I will have it cleaned up by the next video that I make because I'm a bit of a mess right now. But we are not going to talk about that, okay? Okay, cool. Anyways, welcome to my predictions on what is going to happen at Elimination Chamber. So far, there are 4 matches confirmed to be on the card, and I'm going to predict all 4 of them. I swear, if they add another one, I'm just going to make a short on that. Pretty much. So, let's start with what I think is going to be the start of the show, the Women's Elimination Chamber match. This match has Kiana James, Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and also, who the heck was the last one? Tiffany Stratton, sorry. But yes, honestly, because Liv Morgan has already confirmed that she is going to be facing Stephanie Valkyrie at WrestleMania, meaning whoever wins this match, for the most part, most likely will be facing Jade Cargill. In fact, it's pretty much confirmed that that's going to be the case. I can't help but eliminate the possibility of Raw participants winning this match, even though I feel like if a Raw participant did win, they would just have Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis just switch, trade someone. I don't know. But I honestly feel like there is a case. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people wouldn't want to hear this. I feel like Tiffany Stratton has the best odds to win. It's either that or Alexa Bliss. Now, like I said, if we're putting in the possibility of a Raw participant winning, I would possibly say Raquel. And here's the thing. On the off chance, because for some reason, I still feel like Raquel is going to end up finding a way to make WrestleMania have a triple threat between Stephanie, Liv Morgan, and Raquel. I just feel like that's going to happen. I feel like that's part of the implosion of the Judgment Day. So I feel like whether she wins this match or something else happens before WrestleMania, I feel like she's going to end up in the Women's World Title match at WrestleMania. However, I feel like the best... and I know a lot of people might say Rhea Ripley just because she's one of the most established stars in this matchup. I don't know if that would be the plan for her. She is one half of the women's tag team champions. So I just don't feel like that's going to happen. Ultimately, I think the safest prediction would be Tiffany Stratton. I feel like the safest prediction would be Tiffany Stratton, mainly just because she's a SmackDown participant and she's somewhat of a draw. I feel like Alexa Bliss would be as well, but, that's kind of how I feel. I would be happy. I'm going to say this right now. I'd be happy if any one of these people won. I'm not even going to lie. I think all of them deserve to have a women's title shot at WrestleMania. But, yeah, I'm going to pick Tiffany for this. Next one that I'm actually predicting to be right next after that. I don't know if it will be or won't, but let's just say it is. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title. Now, this match is going to be interesting because it's going to be AJ Lee's first match back in a single setting. Ultimately, I'm a little worried about her wrestling because I honestly feel like, unlike everyone else, I'm not that mad that she hasn't been here. Honestly, I think it takes a bit to freaking get back into ring shape. And Also, she's had a lot of other stuff going on before she was coming back to the WWE, so she probably was just trying to make sure that was in check. Or maybe her contract just calls for her having shorter dates. But either way, I feel like Becky's going to win this match. I feel like just because it's in Chicago and also having CM Punk also have a match in Chicago, you're going to have the upset before the other one and I kind of just spoiled who I think's going to win the World Heavyweight title match. But anyways, AJ Lee is going to lose this match. And I just have this heavy feeling that the women's Intercontinental title is going to have a multi-women's match at WrestleMania. I feel like it's either going to be a triple threat between Maxine, Natty, and Becky, or a fatal four-way with AJ Lee added to it. But yeah, my prediction is Becky Lynch will retain the women's Intercontinental title. And honestly, I feel like these last two matches could be interchangeable for the main event. However, I'm just going to say for the safety of it and for the fact that a lot of gimmick pay-per-views usually have the female one start the show and then the men's one end the show. And I feel like it just makes sense to have the men's Elimination Chamber end the pay-per-view. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the World Heavyweight title match between Finn Balor and CM Punk. Now, a lot of people are talking about how this match really doesn't matter because we all know Finn's not going to win this one. And I hate to say that, but I think there's something else for him at WrestleMania. See, I don't see this match just being CM Punk beats him clean. I think that Dominic is going to interfere in the match and cost Finn Balor the match. Now, it can go two ways. Either Dom intentionally does it, turning on Finn Balor and setting up a match for those two for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, or it's an accident which stems Finn to not trust Dominic and challenge him for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Because honestly, I feel like no matter what circumstance happens, I feel like at some point Finn Balor is going to have enough of Dominic's bull and be like, you know what? How about I face you at WrestleMania? Since you don't like to defend your title that much, I fully expect Finn Balor to face Dom at WrestleMania. So unfortunately, my prediction is going to be CM Punk. And then last but not least, we have Elimination Chamber match. It's going to be Jey Uso, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight. So, this is an interesting chamber match. Whoever wins will face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. And like the women's Elimination Chamber match, I feel like putting Raw participants makes it a bit more predictable of who's going to win. And my unfortunate guess on who's going to win is the person who I really don't want to see win, and that is Cody Rhodes. You can't put him in this match and have me not expect him to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. With this situation that's going on with him, I still don't think it's going to be a one-on-one match. I think Jacob Fatu is going to find a way to be in part of this match, or be a part of this match. And listen, I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I just don't want to see him in the world title scene anymore. Listen, I think a lot of main eventers who get the title hold the title for a long time. At some point, you have to dial it back before I can be like, all right, I want to see him win the world title again. That's why so many people didn't like John Cena for a while, because he was always in the main event scene. Same thing with Randy Orton. For a while, it was just those two at the main event. And it was just like, they go back and forth. I'm not doing the stop. I don't knock it off. Anyways. But yeah, overall, I feel like Cody's going to win. If he doesn't win, I will be happy. Not because I don't like him, but because I feel like it's time to dial it back. Heck, I would love to see Cody challenge for the US belt. I don't like the idea that these main eventers can't go. It's not a downgrade. Because if you're doing that, if you're doing that where Cody Rhodes goes down and faces Carmelo Hayes for like the US belt, holds the belt for a bunch of time, going up against guys and having amazing matches. I know Cody can have amazing matches with some of these guys. So a lot of times, because he's in the main event, he can't face them because it wouldn't really make sense. So you give him the US belt. Pretty much do the John Cena thing. They're already kind of doing that with every face who holds the US title. Give Cody the title. He doesn't have to worry about not being a champion. And also, he elevates the US belt, because it's true that the man makes the championship, or whoever's holding it. You know what I mean? So if Cody's holding the US belt, it has more value because he's just been a main eventer who's winning what should be, in a lot of people's eyes, a belt that's not as high stature as him. But, he helps elevate that. I'm sorry I went on a rant on Cody Rhodes, but that's pretty much what I feel like this chamber match is. It's just Cody Rhodes. Now, I do believe there is a possibility that Drew McIntyre could interfere and cost Cody the match. If that is the case, then I have two people that I feel like should win. If Cody gets neutralized by Drew McIntyre, or someone like portrays him like, I don't know, Randy Orton, then I have two people who I think could face Drew at Mania. And that is Randy Orton and Trick Williams. I mean, listen, the World Heavyweight title is clearly the Night 2 main event. So why does it matter who is facing Drew McIntyre at Mania? Unless you really want them to be the Night 1 main event. But, do you really need to have both men's world titles be the main event? And I'm not saying that Trick Williams or Randy wouldn't make a WWE title match between Drew and them not a main event. It's just, it would be nice. It'd be a breath of fresh air if Cody just wasn't at Mania for the title. But I know that's not going to happen, and that's why I feel like ultimately Cody Rhodes is going to win the Elimination Chamber. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Please subscribe if you were interested at all in this video. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. I will respond to them. I will like them. I will do them all. I will focus on you guys, because you guys are the reason why I feel comfortable doing this. But yes, please put down comments below. Subscribe if you are new to this channel. Leave a like, and I hope y'all have a great day. Can't wait for Elimination Chamber. Yo, Diggity Dogs. AJ Beast is out.